Hello, beloved family. This is MCEO AFSCC Ekar Om Arayas Cosmiana Melchizedek. I am Speaker 1 for the Ark of the Covenant. I wanted to speak today really about the presence of the moment. Not so much about mechanics, not so much about who I am, what I'm a part of, but more so about presence. Because presence has effectively brought my life into a place of coherence that no teaching could do. But yet, the culmination of all of those teachings, the freedom teachings, Samadhi, Buddha, Jeshua, the embodiment of my presence, I could see existed in all of those things for sure. And I think that's what I want to bring awareness to, is that presence. Not just presence of, okay, I'm here with myself, I'm me, I see, thank you. But more so the witnessing of what presence is, which can be experienced through the neutral observer, or you could say the observer that's unattached from outcome, from experience. More so the one who is no longer asking the question, but embodied within the answer. And for me, that was so important for me to understand that, because as I was remembering who I was, at the same time, I had to detach from it, because the overlays of the world did not witness what was eternal in its true form. And I knew that. So presence allowed me to understand how to detach from who I was without any identity. And when that occurred, the world around me reflected my eternal presence. And I could see even through the fragmentation, even through the distortion. Like, for instance, how power lines work, how the electricity is moved, and things are bolted and things, I could see how they were reflecting like the essence of my codes that I create, that are embodied revelations of biotemplate engineering and density. I could see within the distortion my own presence. And I know that that's when the finite system was collapsing around me, because it was exposing itself to me. Because the deeper that I took my presence into that distortion, like the deeper that I was suffering and still choosing presence, is what shifted everything. And as I'm sharing this, I'm seeing moments and memories of my life where I was screaming out in agony for someone. And what met me was myself in presence. Last night, I was witnessing those moments. And I was here now, witnessing myself then. And did you know that then, in that moment of suffering, I also was witnessing myself with me. So I was witnessing myself in the suffering, as the suffering, but I was also witnessing myself as what was embracing myself. It was beautiful, extraordinary, a gift. And that's what presence brings. Presence collapses the attachment to the cycles of the patterns that we must exist in which reflect our genetic makeup. I'm so grateful for what came through me, for what I hold, such as the 48-dimensional Christ Star Adashi Shield, which is this current time matrix's failsafe, meaning it is the eternal mechanics of what came before suns, before time matrices, pre-architecture, before fall, before fragmentation, before era metena. So this is what presence is. This movement of sharing space with the effortlessness of being. And, I witness how I'm speaking. I'm speaking in terms of experiencing what I'm sharing without attachment of what it is. So I speak in this rhythm of Wakatashina Ratuntu Kukumanda Asikatunorangiashina. You see, now you can experience, now you're seeing the correspondence between that effortlessness and that language before form coming into embodiment. This is presence. I am presence. You witnessing this you are presence. And for me, this is what it's really about. This is what allows me to move freely without attachment. This is what I have chosen for myself. Because I knew everything else was trying to show me this. And see, I chose to see it that way. You have to choose to see the distortion as something that is happening for you, not to you. Even if you don't believe it, you have to still say it. Because if you don't say it, the world won't respond. What is the world responding? The world responding is you seeing that you are everything that is keeping you from that presence. Accountability. Radical. So who's willing to do that? I am every moment that I'm breathing. So this is a reminder that this is what presence reflects. The movement and the efficacy of its own oversoul presence, of its own equilibrium within what could be perceived to be finite structures. Speaking through a tablet, speaking through a microphone. Rashinda. That's where the eternal presence is moving. Unduruya makatanda ishnaru makada. O sanye sanyan mo sanye anaya sanor. Esanye re amasanye vamo. Asanyeva sanyamor, esanyeva leramanor, asanyeva kunyava nelarvi, vama signalvi anora. Ahundaro uanarishitano uakakana. You see, presence allows me to be who I am without explaining it. Without explaining it. I don't need to tell you who I am for you to see me. And breathe. Hashina Randua. So 10:10 as I looked up. 11:40. What a day. A significant shift has taken place. This is me experiencing myself in that shift as what has already shifted, actually. This is reflecting where you are experiencing yourself moving through into being within it as your own architecture of your eternal nature remembering itself. So, yes, I feel that's a beautiful space to just share. You know, it's extraordinary in 11 minutes. The movement of everything that I'm living can be shared in the presence of a moment. And that's the whole point. It's not about planning something. It's not about jumping on here saying, oh, I want to do this, da, 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 da. No, it says, wah. Like, this is stepping into that space where the choices you're making changes everything forever. And we are here together doing that. So, wow. October 23rd, Thursday, 11:42 a.m. I'm so honored to be witnessed, to be shared in the space with you through my speaker lineage, through the Melchizedek Cloister, Emerald Order, through Alhambra, through the Cosmin Yaha councils, through the 12 rings of the Ashakai. I am Speaker 1, Ark of the Covenant, Om Areas Cosmiana, Melchizedek. Ta Asia, and they do it.